Alright guys, so today we're going to be doing finding rate or time of for compound interest. So this means that we either need to find um, rate or we need to find time. So these are denoted by little r or n. So there are a couple of ways you can do this. So we can do this by hand. You can do it using the finance solver in your CAS, or you can use solve, but you do have to do a few other steps before you can start. Okay, so let's get started. So first thing we're going to do is if we go through this one here, and don't want to do that. If we go to your questions, we're just going to go over a couple in here. So we're going to have a look at this one, so number 1 and number 3. Okay, so we're going to have a look at those. We're going to show you how to do them. I'll show you how to do them a couple of different ways. Then we can go from there. Okay, so let's go from here. We'll clear off those ones because we don't need them. Okay, so first question says, hopefully you'll be able to read my writing. We need to find the interest rate per annum. If we want our principal of $4,000 to grow to $5,000 over 2 years, and we want to be compounded quarterly. So first thing we need to do is we need to set up and find out what we actually have. So we know that we have let's change colour for a tick so we can see what's going. So we know our principal is this one, so that's BO. We know our what we end up at the end, which is VN, which is this one. We know N is 8 because there's 2 years and they're compounded quarterly, so we times it by 4. And we don't know R. So we need to set up our equation. So Vn equals Vo to the power of n, where Vn is equal to 5,000 and Vo is 4,000 times R to the power of 8. So once we've got this, we just need to keep going until we can get R on its own. So what we need to do first is to get rid of our 4,000. We need to divide by 4,000 because that will undo it. So we have 5,000 divided by 4,000 gives us R8. Now we can do it as 5 over 4, which is R8. You can also do that as a decimal. It's up to you, whichever is going to be easier for you. Now, we need to get R by itself. Now, there's 2 ways you can do this. The reciprocal of that power is either to raise it to, so you've got R8, you can either raise it to the opposite power, or the reciprocal, or you have to do a square root, but with the same number. So we're going to have a look at this one first, because this one's probably the easiest one to have a look at. So we're going to apply this transformation. So we're going to say R8 is 1 over 8. And because we've done it on that side, we also need to do it on this side. So these cancel out. So you're left with R and 504 to the power of an eighth. You just chuck in your calculator. So you get 0, 2, 8. Okay, now that one's been rendered up quite a bit, so it fits on the screen. Obviously, when you're working it out, you were supposed to work with the whole number. So now we know that R is equal to 1 plus R over 100. So we need to substitute this in where R is now. So equals 1 plus R over 100 is 1.28. So the first thing we need to do is we need a minus 1 on both sides. So we get 0.028 gives us 1 over 100 because we have minus 1 on both sides. Now we need to times by 100 to get rid of that 100 there. So we have R, and then we'll have 2.8. Now this is per quarter. So, and the question wants us to know per annum. So if this is per quarter, we need to times it by 4. So we do 2.8 times 4, which gives us 11.2%. Now, the actual percentage is 11.31, but obviously we've done some rounding here, that's why it's a little bit different. Okay, so now I'm going to jump over to the CAS and I'll show you quickly how to do it in that. So, in your CAS, we're over on this screen, so we want to do menu finance over. So, here I've already put our numbers in. We're going to clear that out for a minute. Clear all these out. Actually, what I might do, I might just do a new document. It might be easier. So we go menu. Close this one off. Press new. So we want new calculator. So we go menu. Finance solver. So we need to already put everything. So there's 8. Interest rate is what we want to find, so we'll leave that blank. Our starting value is -1,000. It needs to be done as a negative, so just be careful of that. Our future value is 5,000. Now this is payments per year and compounding periods per year. So this is going to be 4. So then this will also be 4. So you go up the top, and because it's interest rate we want to find, we just press enter, and it gives us our interest rate. Okay, so, and that should be just about it. Okay, so now we're going to jump over and we're going to do question 3, which is finding n, and then that will be 6.5. So here we have 6.5. So question 3, so it's saying how long. So we're looking at n, and we want to take $3,000 to amount to 4.5. That's 7% interest, and this is only compounded annually, so don't have to worry about doing anything with that afterwards. So we are going to do a new whiteboard one, and we're going to clear up that stuff because I don't need that. So hit the screen already. Okay, so you want to find, so pen ready. So we want to find how long for $3,000 to grow to 4,500. 7% interest rate per annum, and it's compounded annually. So, same as we did before, we're going to go through, make sure we've got everything we need for our formula. So, I might choose a different colour, hard to see. So we're saying how long, so n, we don't know. This is our principal, which is VO. This is our final value, and this is our little r. So, keep going from there. So we've got, now to do this by hand, because we're dealing with a power, it's a little bit trickier. So, to do this, we need to put them in your equation first. So Vn equals V0 to the power of n. So Vn was 4,500, which equals 3,000 times r to the power of n. Now r is equal to 1 plus little r over 100. So we need to do 1 plus 7 over 100, which gives us a r value of 1.07. So we can keep going up. So 4500 equals 3,000 times 1.07 to the power of n. Now this starts off alright, so we did the same thing as we did before, so we're going to divide by 3,000 first, so we can reduce it on both sides. So by doing that, we have 45 divided by 3,000 equals 1.07 to the power of n. Now 4.5 divided by 3,000 is 1.5. This is 1.07 to the power of n. Now, to get rid of these, we need to use a log. So we're going to get that up here. So because this is a power, the way we have to get rid of that is we have to do a log. So log is log 1.5 equals log 1.07 times n. Now, if we divide log 1.5 divided by log 1.07, it will give us n. So we have then n equals, it's about 5.99. So approximately, sorry, I'll scoot that up here because you can't see it up there. So 5.99, which is approximately 6 years. So to do that in our CAS, I'm going to flick over to this one. Oh, we need to get rid of this first, so I'm going to take out that one. So go back into our finance CAS, so I'm going to say no, calculate, menu, finance solver. So n we don't know yet. Our interest rate per annum is 7. Our starting value was negative 3,000. Make sure this is a negative. We want 4.5 at the end. Now it's compounding annually, so this is 1 and this will be 1. Okay, now we're going to go up to n and we're going to press enter, and that gives us our value. Okay, so that's finding rate and time.